I'm back, am I? 8 months. 8 months I haven't done a single video. Whew. But I'm back. You know what I'm gonna do? The crazy thing is, like, I'm on a new laptop because my old one was destroyed. And you can basically say I haven't done anything this year. Because everything I done last year, or 2015, now it's 2016. Welcome to the new year. I'm a bit too late. I usually do a video afterwards. But the conditions here, I live with another person, so I only have time when he leaves. Because it would be too awkward to ask him, like, go somewhere, I want to make a video. I haven't even started to, like, brag about how much I do video stuff. Anyways. Yeah, being honest is so difficult. Like, I wanted to recommend like really great art that was created by YouTubers. It's Video Game High School series. It's 3 seasons already. At least that's where I'm at. That's very cool stuff, especially for the thing that I figured out. Like, it's so hard to be honest about things, but it's so rewarding. I feel I'm rewarded. Hey, come on. This camera needs some serious brightness. Okay, I'm really sorry. I probably should. Okay, I'll just use the screen. I'll be talking about one idea that I have that will change a lot. You can implement it in real life and call it like 2.0 money. You know, better version of money. You'll figure out once I explain it, of course, how cool it is. And then I'll just quickly explain how I'll be even working this year. Now I'm working to survive a 12-hour job whenever I get a message to go there. The factory operator. The most ground zero stuff you can ever do. But if it gives me the money to survive, I mean, that's the only thing that motivates me to do anything. Survival. And that's why I want to make a Kickstarter. Still want to make a Kickstarter that succeeds on that issue, that I cannot survive without working, without losing a lot of potential time. I try not to lose time. Every time I do something mindless, I think a lot, okay? So I figure out some interesting stuff, so it's not too meaningless, but I sure do a better job figuring out stuff by just simply sitting down and writing stuff down as well, writing blogs and stuff like that. So certainly it's a waste of time for me. I certainly don't feel like I'm doing much in any way, and I would say the Kickstarter would seal the deal here. And because I have a new idea, that would also seal the deal, because it's ridiculously good. So I guess it's incredibly good that I fail, and you have to fail. If you don't meet the threshold where people start to say yes instead of maybe or no, just there's that threshold, you know, it's either yes or no. Or maybe means that they will just stick around until you might get beyond the threshold. So thank you. Like, subscribers, I shouldn't even have any. While I was just going until this point, right? Or until the point where I'll be actually good at stuff, at programming, because I'm still learning. Anyway, so my laptop got destroyed and I bought a new one. My dad did it because he was pissed off, but he helped me a lot get here where I am. Probably would be struggling still, maybe even more so, if I wasn't really saved by him. So it kind of went in weird ways, and actually it came out to be pretty good. The touchscreen laptop is pretty useful stuff, and I'll be making some touchscreen compatible games as well. Of course, it's and mouse compatible. It was really interesting, like, to play all the games but with touchscreen, where people just don't design games like that yet. Now they kind of try to, right? But they still don't design touchscreen based games. Sometimes when it's PT, they don't really mix them up or give the possibility, but it's really powerful stuff, I would have to say, and I will try to innovate on that. The only downside is that Unity doesn't recognize my touchscreen laptop as a touchscreen device, and I cannot really straightforward make a touchscreen game. I would have to port it into my phone and stuff like that. So it's some downsides. As with any new technology, you will have some downsides like this, but I'll figure stuff out like I always do. Sometimes I hate figuring stuff out, I just want to create stuff. But so here's how I think I'm gonna be successfully working now. I'll be let's say I would take an idea, a feature. I might come up with one feature I want to test. So I do the feature just completely, just pure feature, like as pure as possible, without much of a gameplay in the background. So I do the feature, I do the input-output type of thing, where it's like a function, where you input something in, output something out, so it's like a function. You can add it anywhere. You can attach this feature to any part of the game with a little bit of smoothing out the bugs that occur. Anyways, I would have a bunch of those, and I would call them blank sheets. Every time I do a new feature, I take a blank sheet, and I think this is like the best way to create anything, like any art. You just take a blank sheet, see what you come up with, see what random stuff you can come up with, see what skills you already have. But usually you would want to come back to some kind of art form that you can come back to, like just one good thing. And that's why I created an engine idea in the first place, because I needed that one good thing. So all the features would go into one place, and for that one place I can draw those features and take them and put it in the games. Yeah, and the games that I'm talking about are from the past. I wanted to like recreate those games because, you know, nostalgic feelings for the past games that I've started with. I've started with Ping Pong, and it's a Pong game, or the actual name wouldn't be Pong either. It would be Breakout. It's based on Breakout, but I call it Ping Pong because, you know, I didn't know better. But anyways, so I started with this game because it's the most simple thing you can come up with at game in Game Maker, using some simple physics and stuff like that. It's not the very first game, but it's the very first concept that I started to develop. And back in the day, like, because I didn't know much, it was actually easier to make a game. Now that I know so much, it's just so ridiculously difficult. Especially without a proper engine. Unity is not really a proper engine. You have to relearn it as well. And sometimes it doesn't work the way you want. Just like any artist would probably have different set of tools for their needs, for their discoveries, and the way they do stuff. We all have our own preferences, but truth is only one, so I don't know. There is the best thing out there. It's probably not invented yet. Anyways, so I have 7 game concepts. Most of them come from my past, especially Ninja War, which is a story and that I have developed for a long time, and it's a really good one, to say the least, because, well, for how long you develop, that good it gets. And there's Card Adventure, because I played too much Hearthstone, and I'm pissed off how unbalanced Hearthstone is, even though it's kind of balanced now, but it's still not. Nah, I wouldn't say so. At least it's better than Skyrim, that's for sure. I wouldn't rant about Hearthstone now, would I? I probably would. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know, you can kind of figure out from the looks of it what these games are going to be about. Especially Kill Pac-Man. That's the tower defense game against Pac-Man. You gotta kill him. Kill him before he eats all the gold. Because that's gold he's eating, right? Whatever he's eating, just don't let him do that. Anyways, so we have the features, and I show you the games. I'm gonna talk about one big feature right now, one big idea that I came up with that I really like, and I think you'll like it too. So I'll try to draw this out for you guys. It's important. Let's say we have a field, a farm field for sure. Well, we decide that 2 farmers are going to be owning this field, but we have to split land. Or do we just be equal about it? Yeah, at the start we can do equal stuff. Half and a half. To be able to compare those farmers a lot easier, because we don't care about the ratio of the lands. We just see how they perform. And by how they perform, one will definitely outperform the other, right? So we have a farmer 1 and we have a farmer 2. Now farmer 1 does, okay, I have to just zoom in a little bit. Farmer 1 does 150% better, or rather, okay, so 150. I don't know, maybe the score should be like with points or something like that. But let's say this farmer provides 8 points of value and this one 4 points of value. So it's clearly like this farmer does double as good. The real question is, how should we split land? if this farmer does better, we should give more land to him, right? Do we give all land? Do we give less? Now, the way money would work would kind of solve the problem, right? One farmer would be able to buy land from another farmer because, well, he has more money. But yeah, with the land it works. But there's still like, who gets stuff first? Yeah, of course. Works. So why do I even bother myself? Because the system that I actually propose requires a lot of information. It would require everything you do would have to be stored. And wow. It backfired on me. Why? Why you do this? Because money works too. Anyways, the point is that the farmer one does better, right? So intuitively you want to like give all the land to him because he knows best, right? But you shouldn't listen to that. You should give increasingly more land from the other farmers, which in this case would be farmer 2, and see what is the ratio in the land now that he performs. So maybe it's like the ratio would be now 7, and this guy, because he has less land, he is able to focus more, he would increase his ratio to 6 points. And now, until we get that sweet point where everything is equally valuable, because that's what we want equally valuable land. We don't care about farmers at all. We just care about equal rules. You get as much land as you're able to produce value on it. So if you can have all the land as long as you produce the most value. The thing is, you probably can't. You'll probably need other people to do that for you. And those people will also have different abilities and different amounts that they can do. So even then, you shouldn't even do that. You shouldn't even hire people. Maybe if people need a manager, they will prioritize you, because what priority means, because this is a priority system that I'm trying to explain right now. I call this a priority system 2.0 money system. Anyways, priority means you have 3 choices, or whatever amount of choices you have. You choose what is the best one, what is the highest priority choice that there is. And this requires logic to figure out, because there's infinite amount of information that you can figure out. Let's say choose an apple instead of orange. There's a lot of information about apples and oranges. It's just, which one do you prioritize? Usually you want both, because both give different kind of things, different nutrition for your body, that sort of stuff. But you still have to prioritize a special ratio for that. So it's, even at the precision point, you can go infinitely deep into this stuff. But I think what money doesn't do is actually say that outright what it is. And it's outdated in a lot of other ways. I would think would be fixed with the priority system. And also I have this idea floating around that most of the games are actually broken and disbalanced, because of money that they use, the currency that they have, just basically is not correctly balanced here. Because you see there is threshold, right? How much value you can produce in certain certain field that you get. So usually games just give you infinite amount of resources and stuff like that. You can grind and stuff like that. But Hearthstone doesn't do that. Hearthstone actually is going to the right direction. It's limiting the amount of money you can get in a day, and also gives you a quest. So there's a very, very distinct limit how much you can get in a day. Also there's Arena, which kind of looks like, oh, it's infinite money. You can grind that shit. No, that takes a lot of time and dedication to figure out and master the Arena. And even if you get up there, it still takes a lot of time. That's for sure. And I'm not sure if it was worth it, because that money is digital. Bam. But yeah, that's a very good system when you limit the amount of money you can get. But it's not really fun, because Hearthstone doesn't have a lot of features because of that. I believe Hearthstone limits itself quite a lot. And I think this guy just came back. Okay, well, he's in the toilet, perhaps in the toilet. We could look at it from a different angle, from various different angles. You can figure out this stuff for yourself, apply it anywhere you want. Basically, anywhere where there is a choice, there's going to be priority, and there's going to be ways to figure out what is the best choice. And you can apply points and figure out, like Reddit does that as well. It prioritizes which article goes up and down. But also every single person has its own priority point of how good they are, how much potential they have gathered. Because when you're born to life, you have potential, and how much you harnessed depends on how good you are in life. Now, that's basically it. Once you're old, you have the experience, right? But you don't have the potential. So you have to look at it that way, of how valuable people are. Usually the old people are the most valuable, right? But you have to also look at the point that they don't have potential left. So they have to be valuable, they have to be valued, and they have to be given an opportunity to express themselves. I don't think that's happening in the money system. I don't think so. I don't think we even value their experience that much. We just give a pension and forget about it. Congratulations. Now we would actually give a purpose to a pension. Wow. I look from more and more angles, it just becomes more and more beautiful. I would say just you can watch VGHS, Video Game High School, that I recommended, and try to implement that with the also quote that honesty is hard. Anyways, I'll finish off with the YouTube. Alright? YouTube platform. Because let's just say I'm a clickbait man. So if I make some attention, stir up something, maybe this Kickstarter is just gonna do itself. That would be amazing. That would blow my mind, because I really don't have time to make a Kickstarter. You have to understand this. I'm working. I want to do a good Kickstarter, but I just can't. Also, I don't have much to give in return, except for more shit, you know. I don't even know how everything is gonna work. I say, oh, I'm gonna give you the currency of the game, of course. Anyways, so in YouTube platform you would have YouTubers, right? And every single person has its own priority point. So whoever gets the most subscribers is not the valid point here. Like, PewDiePie is probably not the best YouTuber out there. I'll just say that outright, because look at the age range that his subscribers fall into. Look at the activity range that his subscribers fall into. Do they really care about the YouTuber? These are very important things that you should know. And I don't know for sure. I'm not going to give you the statistics. You can research it for yourself if you're interested. I just know by heart that some YouTubers get more mature subscribers, some don't. And that difference cannot be shown by numbers of subscribers. This can only be shown by the actual point. And the point that I tried to make when I said, like, you have to like have all this information about every single person. And in the system of government, it's destructive. It's just more tools for the bad guys. That's not supposed to happen. Stupid people should not have a gun in their hands. That's for sure. That's what's happening these days. That's what is called waking up. And I'm not even sure the earth is round. That's how deep I am getting into, like, what the fuck, flat earth? Is that what that actually works? Anyways, oh my god. Kill me now, this is too ridiculous. This is 2016, bitch. Anyways, we have a YouTube platform, we have YouTubers with different kind of mature people subscribed into channels. Let's say I really like Stefan Molyneux, which is true, I'm not just saying as an example. I really like his channel. He has about 200 or 300,000, but his content is very mature compared to gamers and stuff like that. So there's a huge difference, and if you cannot calculate that difference, how can you promote the right channels? It's just ridiculous. You can't figure out without the valid data. You can't figure out with the valid tools. And now people like who are waking up like saying, oh, it's so bad, everything is being monitored. But yeah, we actually need that in the future. Okay, that was not the dude. There's so much noise because I'm living in an apartment with 7 other people. Oh, that's a lot of noise, but it's actually pretty quiet compared. So you can figure out which channels you have to promote. So just promote the most popular channel. The most popular doesn't work here in this system of priority. The most important is the one should be up there, and people just can't ignore that. Like when it's the most popular, people can say, okay, I'll just take that, right? And smart people will be I'll just ignore that. But once it's most important, people not even be able to ignore that. People will actually love what is being promoted up there. Oh my god. Do you see how broken it was? It was. It still is broken. Because there's a better opportunity for us. We all have smartphones. We can add abilities to collect our information for this purpose. Now, there's a dark side to it. This has to be voluntary. This has to be opt-in or opt-out. No government. Nothing is centralized, nothing is mandatory, nothing is controlled by anyone. Programmers who design stuff, they don't control the game. No, I can tell you that much. I create games, I can't control them, no matter how hard I don't want to or want to. It doesn't matter. It's out there, I don't control it, I don't even care. So pretty much the same how this life probably works. It's just created. Is God always telling us what to do? No. What the fuck is a God? We don't even have to believe in him. But somehow, like, what the fuck? Okay, so it's the step that you have to go through if you believe the earth is actually flat. Then you have to believe someone designed it because it's so obvious. But, it's just guidelines. You want to research that for yourself, go get some shit. But you're gonna be surprised how everything is debunked for you once you go through that process. And somehow we have to figure out these things. Somehow we have to move forward. Actually, it feels less than a comeback, more of a fucking Kickstarter video. So make that a fucking Kickstarter video for me, will you? Because, yeah, I just feel I could be much more out there than just working. Bullshit work. Thank you guys for watching. Really. Oh yeah, one more thing about YouTube. One more idea for me. One more idea. I'm giving this for free, it's like ridiculous. How can't you want? Oh, how can you not want? So, you have shows and stuff like that. You have your subscriptions. You have YouTubers. They produce different kinds of content. They usually are creative people, right? So they would move from one thing to another, but they sometimes stick with 2 things. They would do 3 things at once. They do all kinds of bullshit, and you don't want to subscribe to all of that stuff. Okay, I love the cat videos he does, or the analysis of his cat videos. I don't like him sitting on a toilet doing vlogs and shit like that. Like, what the fuck is that? No. I don't want to subscribe to that. Do it, YouTube. We don't want to subscribe to the whole channel. That's why YouTubers in the first place make multiple channels. What the fuck is that? What kind of management is that? Oh, yeah, we just gonna make multiple accounts. That's gonna solve the problem. You can switch from one account to another, but you will not see notifications. You can actually organize notifications to, Google. I didn't saw that comment for 1 month. 1 month. I didn't know it existed at all. Stupid Google, man. But you're doing a great job, actually. Like, people were like, Google sucks. Google took over the YouTube and shit has changed. Yeah, change sucks. But if you can upgrade, that will be good. Every upgrade is great. Like, Microsoft taking over Minecraft sucks. Change. Microsoft probably gonna make some change happen, but they're not doing that. They're smart people. Anyway, still gonna move on. Move on to my day. I cannot just talk forever. But it was fun. It was fun to talk. See you guys next time.